Boop-a-doo. All of the snow is melted, basically, and really sucks. That makes things really fucking gross. This is gonna be the worst stall that I get to. Trying to make it scroll. There you go. So it has this little mind of its own and tracks. This is gonna be the worst stall. Tilly was in mostly yesterday, besides her workout and stuff. And this is the only stall I didn't re-clean last. Well, this one and the studs. So, and then to top it off, it's also the one that I just scraped a bunch of hay in for bedding. So this one's gonna be fun. And then what I'm eventually just gonna do is keep shifting horses down, 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 down. I think I'm gonna have to take off some winter blankets off the horsies. I don't think there's going to be much to do today. Basically, you know, we don't get to go over it often, and I don't talk about it very often. The horses are so big that they destroy pasture, sand, smush, mud. They make a flipping disaster outside, which is why they stay inside. Also, as I was showing last night on my live, I had to wash off every horse's feet. It was a disaster. I flipped the camera over at one point. Like, not good. So, I'm just not gonna bother. Joey, please stop. That's an annoying noise. Hey! Knock it off. Annoying. Hey guys, hey Germany. New day, same stalls. Hey! Why would I buy a stranger a phone? Some horse broke. Oh my god. I'm gonna end up going over a video of all the furs I do currently have and wear. My favorites and not so much. I like the most practical ones the most. So like the buffalo leg wraps I was wearing yesterday are probably one of my favorite. Really bad right now because of how wet it was yesterday. But those keep my feet incredibly fucking warm. And I love them. These aren't too bad. Definitely better on the scent smell situation. However, they're not as warming, so. Trigger. Nobody's doing it. It's a little set camera tracking device. So that way you guys know I'm still here. It'd be crazy if I had somebody sitting in the corner just moving a camera all day. On top of it, I think that a human or a person would be a little more accurate. Entire time. James Dean. I don't know James Dean. Oh gosh, like you're starving. You're coming in here anyways. Tilly, what's wrong? about? There we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go right now.
Hi, baby. Hi, handsome. Who's the cutest? Who's the cutest? I love you.
Who's the cutest? That's my dog, Milo. He is just a puppy. That was his first snowstorm a while ago. Yesterday. Yeah, move Joey down. Joey. Oh, yeah, these are 7s instead of my Wranglers. So you guys are going to have to tell me if you prefer these or the Wranglers. The Wranglers are a little lower, so. But the 7s are cute. Oh, my fucking God. Typical boy, typical male. He was a hog in his stall last night. That was literally unnecessary. But we'll get to it. The video is a tracking device. So I know it's a little screwy. It's AI, and let's just be honest, AI is kind of shit. He's a little finicky. Let me know if it's too much. I think people might have preferred me just not being in the screen all the time over getting tossed back and forth the way they are. I was trying to have something a little smoother so you guys could see things, but I don't know if it's panning out that way. Just giving you guys a headache. You get a full view of the situation. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think, is it too much? There. Well, now Yeah, you might miss some angles, but at least you won't get a headache. It's like overly sensitive, but not accurate. That helped a lot. Sorry about that. I am just trying to screw with technology. I'm much more of a farm girl, country girl, horse girl, cowgirl, a lot less of a tech nerd. So I tried it, you know. I just don't want people to be getting a headache from it. I just watched it like dart back and forth 3 times, and I don't know how to help it because, I mean, I'm wearing black against everything else. I have these added lights to kind of trick the horses into thinking it's spring already, so that way they come into heat already, or maintain it. And sometimes I forget when I'm cleaning stalls that like I could have a little bit more light. Thanks, guys. I'm shoveling horse shit. I got 11 horses, mostly Clydesdales. There's only 8 in stalls, 7 technically last night. There will be 9 shortly. When 2 of my horses leave, I'll be able to bring everybody in. Currently, I don't like leaving somebody out by themselves. So, a little small herd of littles is what I call them. They're either baby Clydesdales or they're a white horse, who stay outside 24/7. Except for yesterday, you guys could have watched. They came in for a little bit, dry off, put some blankets on them so they could lay down, roll around, etc. This is, I don't know if this or spring is my least favorite. I'm kind of excited for winter, as I always am. I have a lot of really cute outfits I like to wear for winter, and I'm very excited about them. So I don't hate winter and I don't hate summer. Spring and fall are disgusting. I think it's still technically fall. I don't think winter technically comes until December. We did get a ton of snow and it was such a cock tease about how nice winter is. So, you know, like the horse I worked in it had like stunning white feather, looked ready to roll. Where'd you go, my Mai? They shouldn't all require stripping. That's when we remove everything in the stall. I really fucking hope that not everybody is going to be this destroyed. and that this is just my dirty 3-year-old boy. Although Stud might need it too. Gotta clean your waters out every day. In the winter, it is especially important not to let the horses get dehydrated. They get dehydrated by not drinking enough water. So make sure you're not gonna feed a soaked feed, which I usually do for winter. You gotta make sure that you end up feeding salt and a fresh supply of really clean water. And of course, good quality hay. I like using these little hay nets. The basket makes it stupid easy to fill. And that way they can get it without wasting all of it and everything. So I gotta get this one turned around. Get bedding in that stall. Where are the horses? In the next stall. This stall is one of the easier ones to bed. All you have to do is check around the corner. Although you kind of end up not checking enough or maybe checking too much. So we'll see which one I end up doing. I definitely prefer summer when horses can go outside. But also if it was frozen ground and snow, they could have gone out then too. But when it's like this, muddy, soft ground, sort of warm, sort of not, it can't go out. I know there's always someone who informs me that they don't take care of their horses, they stay out all the time, et cetera, et cetera. Congratulations. I have show Clydesdales. They can't go out. I've lost count. How many is that? I could use a little more. It's not gonna hurt. I might or might not be putting one of my favorite horses in here, so I will be okay with her having extra bedding. Actually, just look at it. No, I'm not. Raina is going in here. There's nothing wrong with Raina. Whoop. Tap my own ass. Oh, there it is. Hey, there it is. Hey, come here. I'm gonna talk about overkill. Getting a halter on for 4 steps down a road. Had a tracker on. I shut it off, guys. I'm sorry. It kind of was giving whiplash, so just going a little slower. should not lift things like that. I should have learned from blowing up my back, but slow learner, I guess. How's it going, everyone? I am up here in Vermont. I have a Only Farmers page that is of taking care of my Clydesdales, who I'm starting a heavy discussion about my breeding program. As show season's over, I typically run around New England showing a 6-horse hitch. So if you like that, keep up with it. If you already have, welcome back. Thanks for the support. You guys are making this dream come possible, and hopefully getting a little entertainment out of it. Definitely gonna have to push this wheelbarrow out at some time. I don't have any black horses. I had one. No, I've had 2 in my life. On this property, and he's gone, and she's dead. But my horses, going off of age, are Addie, Bailey, Raina, Tilly, Vivian, Striker, Joey, Ellie, Roxanne, Lady, Finley. Did you catch all of them? Today I am wearing Red Fox. I think it's kind of obvious, the red part at least. And they're not squirrels, so they're gonna have to be red. So there are 11 horses on the property. Most of them are mares. I'm definitely more of a mare person, although I have one beloved gelding that I backed out of a sale because I fell in love with him too much to sell him. He became my cart horse this year, and he just makes me so happy I can't get rid of him. He's worth a pretty penny, that's for fucking sure. Well, I'm sorry you've missed some lives if you think that I haven't changed. Maybe you're colorblind. Sugar cup. All right, I'm not gonna fill this up anymore. It's funny that you say that because I was only wearing a hat on my page, but not here. Here I have pants on. It's also warming up, sadly. I was really happy when it was like the 28 and snowing, but it's already over 40. So everything's melting. It's disgusting out. Raina stall. Raina is one of the mares that I'm using to get more comfortable with the ultrasound system. I should probably try to go in left-handed today. That might make it so I could see if I'm any better with my left hand. I keep going in right-handed thinking that would be my better option. But so far, what I learned in class is that sometimes you have to go back and forth. So, until you get really good at both. I don't remember at class which hand I was better with. One of the hard things was the class had a bunch of mares that were reset mares. So they kind of had like some used up things, and it was very easy to tell whereabouts I was looking. These mares are fat, they're full of muscle. They're starting to finally weaken up a little bit because I've been working them. But they're definitely fat. So there's a lot going on to feel around. And their anatomy aren't as like defined. It's not the only thing in there. So, very intriguing. Hey! So, welcome if you're new, goodbye if you're rude. Showing off the everyday care of an only farm of Clydesdales up in Vermont. They're not so bad today. I kind of would have figured they would have been a little bit better with going through them last night, but that's okay. It's always kind of interesting to me then because, like, did I do twice as much work? Is it the same amount of work no matter what? Who knows? This one's gonna need bedding as well. Empty your waters every day. Horses need the freshest water all winter in order to not be getting dehydrated. I mean, it's important in the summer too, but felt like I took a long way to do that, but whatever. And Chris, you're like a parrot. Repeat. These are very handy little hang nets that have this basket frame top to keep it nice and spread open, so that way I can shove in as much hay as I want. And it really cuts down on the waste. We all know horses are called hay burners. And they would just shit on it if they cut. So that just kind of keeps it from doing it. Stall is equally as easy. Just chuck it in. I wish that this... It always comes a certain point in the day where I feel like the comments get screwed up. Okie dokie. It's time to move Ellie Belly. I have to keep telling myself it doesn't matter, it's winter, it doesn't matter, it's winter, but whoa, they look awful. So it's a nice little road block or road mark that this is over halfway. So, upsy daisies. Here we go. I don't even let the comments bother me because I'm very thankful for all of them. The good or the bad, the ugly, the nice and the nasty. All of them raise the algorithm, all of them give the page more attention, and all of them get me paid. When I get paid, I'm able to support more to the people who do like what I'm doing, and they get to help me out with making all of the dreams come true for this farm. So, I don't really care what they say. They're just words. They're words that somebody else typed out, and you have more energy to type things out and be mean. It is what it is. I don't have the time to even read them all. I wish I had the time to read all of the positive ones, which I can go through in all my updated videos. I do respond to all of those on my personal update videos. I love responding to those and hearing from my people who are helping me reach out. So that's awesome. However, when it comes to if you hate me, then just don't follow me. It's fine. I'd love to get to know more people. That's why I love having my OF page. So that way I can meet some of my fans who are absolutely infatuated with how this all gets done. I love being able to keep people updated. But the hate, it just really only draws more attention. I'm sorry if it bothers you. But, so, barking at the, so, yes, exactly. There is fun. I'm a multi-personality. Most horse girls are. Got my OF side of everything. Only farmer for my OnlyFans. And then I've got my horse side. I'm going to be making some videos about tips and tricks on how to do random things around the barn in the cold. I'm going to get some outfits of the day. One thing about me, I am born and raised in Vermont, and I have really mastered how to stay warm in some freezing temps. Very contrary to what it may seem, my favorite temperatures are well below 0. You get 5 below, that is my fave. When you get that low, I swear to God, this is Fahrenheit. I don't know what your degrees are in freezing in Celsius. But when you get that low, I don't even think that sound seems to carry the same way. Everything's so quiet and peaceful, and I love it. Thanks, dear. Sorry for any of the negative comments that get other people down. They don't bother me. They just support me. So it doesn't bother. That's the only way I can help you guys mentally deal with reading some of the slander. But there's no such thing as bad publicity. Whatever gets my page out to more blonde cowgirl loving, Clydesdale loving people is all that matters. almost done this stall, and then I get 3 more. Then I make some content about some updated videos. I would say Hugh Hefner was the first person who sexualized everything. He kind of turned everything into something. Yo, where did the name Cocktails come up? So, I'm guessing you guys were not everybody who was here from the beginning is here right now. You'll notice that if anybody's watching this from a rerun, that I started off in a stall that had already been cleaned. The reason is I leave every stall ready to be used. It's a really good habit to get into to not leave a stall disgusting in case something happens shorthand. You always at least have one clean stall that you can scurry, get a horse in. How the fuck did that pick up a rock? The big rock. I think one thing about it is I have to walk a lot slower for it to track me correctly. So, it's a lot of horse poop, yes. I have 11 horses, so you're gonna have a lot of poop. So, thanks for any of the likes, guys. Feel like we could do better, but, ooh. Ah! I usually do have a cowboy hat, a lovely red one, but then I have to put my hair down. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So. I kind of went off screen. What did it do? Track the noise then? So I can't fucking stand this weather. Oh, it's not gonna show you. Look how fucking, it doesn't even show how disgusting it is. I can't do anything in this weather. Yes. Okay, what's up, V? I did turn her out yesterday. I kind of ended up regretting it because I had to hose their legs off. And I don't think it was the healthiest for them to get that disgusting. As I can actually see, there's the scratches right there. That will make all of her legs rot. It's essentially what it does. So, as much as I would love to turn the horses out, everybody has their own reasons on why and how they have to keep their own horses. I have Clydesdales. That is a Clydesdale mare. She went out yesterday with her mama to run around all day. Came in disgusting. Had to wash her off. Not good for the pastures. Not good for her legs. So we're going to not do that again. Not for a while. I do like to turn them out every now and again. If when I have to, try to look at the weather, and work my schedule around that, about when it works out to have them outside versus when it's better to just have them inside permanently. God damn it. I don't know if anybody else has Apple AirPods, but these sons of bitches, when you drop them, they go flying every single time. They scatter like 3 kids at a fucking amusement park. So, shoveling shit. I am very excited about this foal coming out of her. The reason is I'm really hoping it gets some of her height and a lot of his action. I would love for it to have his neck, which probably means it's going to come out her neck, his height, and I don't know, like 2 black legs or something. I hope not. In the draft horse Clydesdale world, you try to get matching teams. So that does make it so a lot of my horses are sort of related. I have a lot of aunts and mom daughters. So like Raina is technically Tilly's aunt, and Joey is technically Tilly's nephew. It just works out that way because then they're kind of similar build. Ironically, I just see a horse, I kind of like it, and I end up buying it and where it matches in. I like to breed my own horses because if you use all the same sire, they all have a similar look. I like training my own horses because then they all go off the same commands, and I kind of know what they've gone through. Top of it, I've heard it's really expensive having other people do it. I've never, ever had the honor of having someone else train my horse. So, take their word for it. She's pretty organized, and her mother is too. It's awesome. There it goes. Hello. This way. There it goes. It's kind of funny when it doesn't work. Especially how close it is, and then it just whips back in the wrong direction. Even being gonna hang that this fucking horse wastes. She shits on it. She took her first breath in my arms, and it was the coolest. Hey, none of that. Hey, Striker, I know which one of it. I know it's you. The pregnant 8-year-old mare doesn't give a fuck. Striker is my 3-year-old stud. Definitely got a lot to say. What are you doing? Yawning? It's exhausting being a 4-year-old pregnant mare. At least she's really organized. Makes for an easy stall cleaning. Striker! He's so annoying. Jeez, that's a little rough. I'm glad you're not a basement dweller who had enough time to type that out. Okay, so I'm actually going to end up pulling out her mother, so that way I can clean the two of them at the same time. Before I make the trip back, because it's not full. This one's always very interesting, having to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in this barn. I have to do silly steps back and forth. This one, I have to clean out in probably be more of a muck it into a back of a golf cart or go-kart thing instead. And then I won't have to finish the wheelbarrow, but till then. I'm also going to see if I can get her to stand on some boards while she's out. Mwah, big guy. Your stall is going to take an entire wheelbarrow, and I know that. So. Yours won't. You're nice and organized. I wish every horse was like this one. At least her daughter got some of those traits. This mare's also pregnant, right? They're pregnant with the same stud who's going to be the next one. They're mother-daughter. They will foal out in like March and April, I believe, which is gonna feel like forever from here. Especially the April. Hey, knock it off. So, yeah, they are really gorgeous. Thank you though. That mare, I really love that mare's face. Her eyes, they're forelock. She's got a gorgeous hair gene. Her baby daddy does too, so I imagine that foal is going to come out with enough hair to weather any storm. It's going to be insane. Really hoping that they both come out female. I've always been a mare kind of girl, and it would be really awesome. Little mare shits so much. It's the only thing that's dirty about her. Actually, I do have a rented room. I got it. I gotta get these two bedding and hay and feed. Thank you guys. I hope by this point in my life, I've been cleaning these stalls for 9 years. Well, not these stalls because they're new, but cleaning stalls for most of my life. I hope I was a professional at this point. I've even cleaned a stall in the Buff. Birthday soon. So, there's not many things about cleaning a stall I haven't done. The fuck is a bull horse? I always drink so much water. These two marrieds, being pregnant and stuff, she should probably almost have more. I'm up in Vermont. See, and sometimes the tracking on this is superb and you guys can get a full view. Other times it's janky as hell and it's useless. Okay, what we're gonna do is scrape that all up. I'm gonna push up this wheelbarrow and okay. Sorry, Vermont's not been nice to you. I love Vermont. Don't love all the people moving here, though. Sure. What's up, Big Mama? How are you that pregnant already? I mean, I definitely get, like, fuck Bernie Sanders. That dude's, the only smart thing he's ever said is that there's no way to actually remove guns. And that's pretty much the only thing I've ever heard that made sense out of his mouth. Sweat my ass off. Oh, God. Oh, that was informational. Almost done chores. Takes about 2 hours. Oh, that could have been really bad. I'm gonna use 2 hands. That would have sucked bad. See, when it does track, it's sort of fucking cool. Okay. See, it wants to show you off. Shovel my life away. Okay, I gotta bring this back. She's busy, the camera goes off. Yeah. Bailey, showing off? Okay, now I just have to get them hay and then I can put them away and we're down to one last stall. I wonder how many people last this long. 75 minutes, 80 minutes. Doesn't matter, not really. However, I'm going to end up putting the hay in the one I've been doing sawdust. The idea of it being cleaner. They tend to shit on their own hay, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, Jesus. What you looking at, Willis? Here we go. There you go. Hopefully that's enough hay. They kind of eat a lot. Don't act like you haven't been fed. I look like a deer getting caught by headlights. Voila! God, how are you so pregnant already? When it is off, it is seriously off. I think there's a little love note there. These two mares are pregnant as hell, and I kind of find it funny because one of them's what's called a maiden mare, where she hasn't had a foal before, and she looks insanely pregnant. which is not normal for a horse that's been like as fit and as kept as she's been. But even at the end of show season, I had complete strangers asking, "That mare pregnant?" And I'm like, "Yeah, can you tell?" Weird. Maybe it's a nice big old filly. That's all I can hope for. Big, healthy fillies. I prefer females because I do. However, as I'm about to get out my stud, he makes me happy too. He's a good boy. Hi. All around. So this one is my stud. This still is going to be a disaster, right? Many people know him as one of my favorites. God, I say that, but it's not like I have a lot of unfavorites in the barn. Right? Yeah, it's an AI generated camera tracker. It's working so. Sorry that it kind of gets a little confused. This is the final 7th stall. And it's watering everyone. We'll hay water to this stall. Clean, hay this stall, then water everyone. And then they'll all get a bite of alfalfa. We call it stripping a stall when the majority of it is destroyed, and I will be stripping this corner at least. He seems to have wrecked it pretty well. He was also in for most of the day, and I did not pick through it last night, so it's going to be a full load. Not too bad, I guess, for the fact he was in all day. He's a good boy. A horse that knows how to shit in one corner of their stall, I swear to fucking God, it's just actually worth it. Um, you just type in you hate water. You're like made up 98% water. Speaking of, I should have drank some water. I never drink anything besides water. Is my ear covered? Yeah, this is Red Fox, not my hair. I look like Albert Einstein. I'm shoveling it all out. Not quite. There is a lot along these edges. Just picking through and call it good. I think I'd rather shovel out a little extra than I would leave something behind for my horse to be laying on that's disgusting. So. What could you possibly be having that much of a hissy fit about? finally just got my last stages, and I'm gonna head out now because it's gonna be a lot back and forth, and following with you guys makes it a little more difficult. But thanks for giving a follow, a like, rewatching this if it's post alive, watching if it was alive, giving a like, all of those sorts of things. And I will be on next time.